Masters, some safe drives this weekend. And this week, I'll give you an update. Shout out to Matt Barry, who I saw in the airport yesterday, en route to Augusta for our ESPN coverage of the Masters. The Los Angeles Lakers were recently sold. Was it to Luka? Who was it to? Because does he own the team now? I'm just throwing that out there. The Lakers doctors ain't good enough. He's got to go to Europe now. We got some drama.
Oh, you can do things in Europe you can't do in the States.
Like I said.
Cutting-edge technologies and treatments.
For those who are
the first Laker to go to Europe to get some stuff fixed.
Nope.
The Los Angeles Lakers were not just good in the month of March. They were phenomenal. They were the best team in the NBA. I happened to see them in person twice over the last week or two, whenever it was, Friday the 27th and then the 31st, I think, or 30th, excuse me. Big games against the Nets and the Wizards, respectively.
Wow.
NBA Finals previews with both of those. You may have gotten Final Four. I got Lakers Nets.
Shout out to the Nets.
Yeah, ESPN LA, actually, in Los Angeles for both of those. But they were flying. The feeling around the Lakers and the team was so high at that point, and rightfully so. And watching LeBron, I was ready to come back on our show and say, boy, this guy has been amazing, his role, et cetera, and he has been. But since then, Austin Reaves is out 4 to 6 weeks with an oblique injury, and Luka's out with a grade 2 left hamstring injury. Great. And late last night, into the night, our Shams Charania, senior NBA insider, reported that Luka, as we just mentioned, is headed to Europe to do whatever to help expedite that hamstring injury. Before we hear from LeBron, let's hear from our very own Lakers fan, one Chris Canty. How you doing with this?
Not great. I just can't understand how LeBron James is the last man standing, and he's a 41-year-old going into, year 23, and this will be, his 20th postseason?
That's it?
How is he the one that's not dealing with health concerns after coming into the season as the one dealing with health concerns? LeBron says every morning he wakes up, he's doubtful. I mean, but he's the guy that we can rely on to be in the lineup now because we're dealing with the Luka injury and we're dealing with the Austin Reaves injury. I just, as a Lakers fan, it's disappointing what's happened over the last week because I went from being in the posture of rooting for a team that could potentially make a run to the Western Conference Finals to anticipating a early exit round 1 of the NBA playoffs and trying to figure out what the future for LeBron and the Lakers are as they try to build around Luka Doncic. I don't know. I wanted to enjoy whatever this postseason run was going to be in the hopes that they could get to the Final Four, they could get to the championship rounds, because that would be further than I even anticipated coming into this season.
No doubt.
But to have it end like this, it already feels like it's ended, even though they're still playing games. Even though we still got the playoffs. It feels like the season is already over.
Totally, I agree with that.
Quick follow-up. In all seriousness, no joking about the Luka, Europe, owning the team, doing whatever he wants. Player gets diagnosed with injury by a team. Team doctors try to treat that player. Player says, I'm cool, I'm going to do something else. How does that work, CeCe?
Well,
is that allowed?
I don't know if it's I'm cool, I'm going to do something else. It's, hey, this is what we can do for you here. If you go somewhere else, they can do more for you.
Okay. It's not against us working in concert.
I don't think it's a versus with the medical staff for the Lakers.
That's good to know.
And I don't think the Lakers would position it as such either. Because they haven't done that in the past with star players. Remember when Kobe Bryant went to Germany with the degenerative knee issue, and he wanted to make sure that he got that fixed. So it's not as if we haven't heard of this. Christian McCaffrey did the same thing last offseason. So players go to Europe because there are certain medical procedures that are allowed there that we can't have in the United States.
That's good to know. Yeah. That's important to understand the difference. The internet, where I live, was I can't believe the Lakers staff, they're probably not happy about this, et cetera, et cetera. Well, that clarifies this. So LeBron discussed learning about the Austin Reaves injury after already knowing about the Luka injury.
I woke up took my nap after practice, and I woke up with that news. It was like another shot to and I was like, we knew it was a shot to the heart, obviously, and to the chest and to the mainframe with Luka, understanding that. But we kind of got that news kind of, we got that news kind of quick, and AR, was kind of dealing with the pain. We seen OKC, whatever the case may be, and we knew he was going to get an MRI. But I woke up from my nap yesterday and then saw that news. I was like, that was literally my tone.
Yeah, he knows. Speaking of the Masters update brought to us by Nitsa, he was tweeting about the Masters already. Like, he knows. So they're 50-28 right now. They're tied in the 3 spot with the Nuggets. They have the advantage right now, tiebreaker. They would play the Timberwolves if the season ended today. Gut feeling right now for both of you. What seed do they end up as? And can they get out of the first round? Because, okay, let me give more context. Lakers are 50-28. Nuggets are 50-28. Rockets are 49-29, and all of a sudden have won 6 games in a row here. What seed, gut feeling, do the Lakers end up as?
I mean, they've got OKC. They're on the road against Golden State with Steph Curry, so that's not a layup. And then you've got the Phoenix Suns and the Utah Jazz. I mean,
they can win 1 game the rest of the way.
That's what I'm saying. I see 1 win.
Really tough.
So if that's the case, you're talking about them sliding from the 3 spot to 5, maybe 6. That's where we're at.
So can they win? You're the same way?
Yeah, this is a brutal final stretch for them. And
can they win a first-round series if there's no Luka and no Austin Reaves?
No.
Even if it's Houston, who they've played well against? Oh, okay.
Without those two?
No. Without Luka and Austin Reaves? No.
Even if they show as you always talk about poise, just being yourself, being at ease in any situation, never fighting yourself. You always talk about that. I mean, even if they show that poise.
Pyramid of success.
Yeah, I mean, CC built it.
They can show us much poise as they want. They're going to save them in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs.
This is a wild turn of events.
Another one and done for the Lakers in the playoffs.
It's really unfortunate
turn of events.
Because I had totally bought in.
Do you really mean that?
I do, because remember?
No, she was into the Lakers.
I was like, so many people were saying, let's not go there with this team.
Yeah,
let's not fall into this trap. And I had totally fallen in. They were playing awesome over the past month.
Yeah, Luka was phenomenal.
He was great. Yeah. I thought they could really make a run.
I was very impressed with the dessert cart they brought for the.
I heard.
For this. Oh yeah, they go
on ESPN LA. My Thursday appearance. A lot of talk about how much he ate at the suite.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have brought that up. Open the program, by the way. Yes, at the Lakers game, front page. The 3 of us. We're on Sportsmanlike.
To the association, Scoop, after losing Luka Doncic to a hamstring injury, which will keep him out for well over a month, the Lakers learned yesterday they're cooked because they'll be without Austin Reaves for the remainder of the regular season with a left oblique injury. Our Shams Sharania is reporting Reaves expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks, meaning LA will be without Reaves and Luka when the playoffs begin in less than 2 weeks. Just a few days ago, the Lakers had a 30-1 odds to win the title. That's according to DraftKings Sportsbook. But that number shifted after the Luka injuries, dropping them to 100-1. Then came the news about Reaves' injury. The odds slid to 120-1. They're now 400-1, tied with the Warriors and the Raptors for 16th in the league. All right, the champ is here. Our NBA analyst, Iman Shumpert, is here with us on Sportsnet. By the way, happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you, brother.
Good to see you here in studio. So, look, brutal news here for the Lakers. If you're playing on that Lakers squad and you're in your locker room and you get this latest news, you're thinking what?
Well, I'm thinking that this is the reason you have a LeBron James that can adjust and say, hey, man, I can play the third option if you need me to. But LeBron James is one of the most comfortable guys saying, hey, guys, I got you. You know what I mean? I've been on a team with LeBron James where we had our main guys out. And LeBron just hones in, brings everybody together in the locker room. We hang our hat on the defensive end. We make things easy. And then at the end of the game, you let him make decisions. And that's when he becomes really dangerous.
Okay. He's 41, though.
He is.
Does it become even more difficult?
It's definitely more difficult, but it's Easter Sunday. I'm sure he knows he has risen. He has risen up the ranks now. He is the #1 option. You see what I'm saying? And anytime you have LeBron James as a #1 option, you have to have somewhat of an ability to say, hey, I can relax as long as this game stays close. I know that he knows other coaching staffs. He knows other schemes. He knows every player that's on the floor. if LeBron James decides that his locker room can be behind him, I think that they have the confidence to win at least a couple of games in this 2 weeks, man.
I like it. I like what you did there.
You see what I did there?
I'm a resurrect.
Bro, I know you're in church with a suit on, brother.
By the way, the Lakers 1-4 this season in games when they don't have Luka and Austin Reaves. So Steph Curry expected to return today against the Rockets. You look at the Warriors right now in the play-in. They'd have to win 2 games if they wanted to get into the playoffs. The likelihood, though, that Golden State can make some noise in the postseason.
Well, anytime you have Steph Curry, you got a chance. Like I said, when you get into the playoffs, the only thing you need is certain components of a basketball club, right? You got to be able to defend. You're going to have to, in this new league, you got to be able to make threes. Luckily, you have guys on this team that can make threes. You can trust behind a Steph Curry. He's already given everybody the blueprint on how it should go. So I think that they become dangerous knowing that they're not having any pressure on them. They don't have to win.
Yeah.
They don't have to there's not going to be a disappointment if they can't make sure that they get to the next round. So they're really out here to ruin other people's dreams. He here to ruin hopes and dreams, man. I think that when Steph comes back, it's a danger for the rest of the guys because even if you felt like you were solidified, now you feel like, hey, this guy really can mix it up.
Yeah, Steph, by the way, has missed the last 27 games with that knee injury. You might remember Golden State last year got out of the play-in and won in the first round of the playoffs.
I'm telling you.
The Rockets.